Greetings, comrades! This is I'm Giving Caleb back with another Doom video, and this is a mod I've been wanting to play for, well, ever since it recently came out. And this is called D64ifier. And if you can't tell by the title, it basically makes Doom look like Doom 64, which was one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games. I actually still have Doom 64, the original release, and I also have Doom 64 on Steam, as well as Doom 64 on the Switch. And, yeah, I forgot how hard that game was. And how different it felt compared to the, classic Doom games. But, this is pretty interesting. I actually downloaded the beta not too long ago, and I tried it out. I was impressed. And now the full release came out recently, and what's interesting is that it's, modular. Like, there's a core file which changes all the textures and stuff. But, there are also separate PK3 files. You can change the weapons, the monsters, and even the music. And there's even a separate, like, high-res texture file, which I'm using all of those, as well as a flashlight mod that came with the core files. So, yeah, trying out on Doom 2. I was going to do Doom 1, but I played Doom 2 more than I played Doom 1. Might show off a little bit of Doom 1, but for now, let's go with Doom 2. Hurt me plenty. Why not? Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, you got the chainsaw. Like I didn't automatically switch. If you got the classic Doom 64 HUD, no mug, no like stone slab. It's pretty simple. Health on the left, arm on the right, ammo in the middle. And you can simplify it a little more if you want. And of course, yeah, you got to zoom in, but when I played, it doesn't just copy the sprites, it actually modifies them somewhat. Because you'll notice the pistol animation is a little more fluid than it was in the original release. See, everything's changed. The armor pickups, the textures. And I'm using the high-res texture mod, by the way, which includes specular maps and normal maps. You can see, looks even prettier. Almost looks, well, I dare say this is what Doom 64 should have looked like, but, it's on the Nintendo 64. Obviously, it's not capable of producing something that looks this good. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of liked Doom 64's, like, music. It's, like, eerie, and it sets the tone perfectly. Honestly, Doom 64 with me was underrated. It's a good game, but, I don't know, it doesn't spring to the top of Doom players' minds when it comes to their favorite Doom games. It just felt different, even though the gameplay's pretty similar. The monster designs, the map layouts, heck, even the textures. It gave it a more fresh feeling, if you know what I mean. It makes it look creepier. Okay, yeah. There you got the all the monster designs here. And what's interesting, they even Doom 64-fied the monsters that weren't in Doom 64, like the Chain Gunner, the Revenant, the Archvile, and the Spider Mastermind. None of those monsters were in Doom 64. Which, for scientific purposes, I'll show you. It's a heavy weapons dude. Okay, well, we'll go far without seeing one. Anyway. Well, they Doom 64 fight him, as in they, oh! They actually did change it up. Because with the beta version, all they did was, like, tone down the contrast of the sprites to make it look a little more like, Doom 64. Let's go and summon an Archvile. Oh. Yeah, it pretty much looks like that. Obviously, they just changed up the contrast. I mean, obviously, the Revenant wasn't in, or Archvile, they weren't in, Doom 64. Okay, this is actually from the PS1 version of Doom, this music here. But, you know, still awesome. Yeah, even the water textures are Doom 64ified. And, just for research purposes, I'll show you other weapons. You saw the shotgun. Yeah, they didn't just copy the sprites, they actually make it look like, well, they belong in the original Doom at least, the animations and whatnot. Even the super shoddy. And the chain gun's actually a little smoother. You know, in the original Doom 64, like it shook the screen a lot and had a nice beefy sound effect. Still does now, it a little more fluid. Of course, seen the rocket launcher. I'll admit, these door designs are pretty cool. I don't completely remember if they were in Doom 64, but still nice either way. And this is interesting. A flamethrower. I don't remember there being a flamethrower in Doom 64. I played Doom 64 a lot. I got the plasma gun. Yeah, it fires slow just like in Doom 64. That's one thing I didn't like about the plasma gun in Doom 64. It fired slower. Whereas in the original Doom games, you just let loose. And of course, gotta have the BFG. And we've got the Unmaker. Which, when I first saw this gun, I didn't know what it was called. I just called it the laser gun because it shot lasers. You've got the sound effect there. Now there are some upgrades. I'm not sure how you find them in this mod. I know in Doom 64 you have to travel through some secret levels. You have to do some like weird like puzzles and stuff in order to get them. And they power up your weapon. It makes it fire faster and fire more lasers, but it makes it consume more ammo. So, well. See, it fires faster now. There are 3 different upgrades, just like in Doom 64. Now it fires 2 lasers. Then once you get the fast upgrade, 3 lasers. Oh, one subtle change I really appreciate. The shotgunners are actually bald. That's the one thing about Doom 64. The zombie men and the shotgunners literally look the same. Like, the shotgunner is obviously a different color, but that's it. Like, at least in the original Doom games, they're much easier to differentiate. They're wearing black instead of green, and they're bald. So they're much easier to differentiate. Like, even in dark areas, it's easy to tell them apart. Whereas the Doom 64, it's pretty much, guess, is a zombie man or a shotgunner. You got the fist. I'll admit, this is a weird addition. And I don't remember it being a flamethrower in Doom 64. Yeah, it's just a little bonus weapon he decided to add. Nice either way. I just found it weird. It's like a flamethrower. Okay, extra weapon. I'm not complaining. Yeah, look at the lighting here. If you didn't know anybody, you thought it was ray traced. But alas, you need PR boom for that. The gauntlet. But yeah, I've been waiting for a mod like this for Doom for quite a while now, because I loved Doom 64, even though it was hard and a lot more puzzle solving than I would like. I really enjoyed the game, and I'm able to enjoy it again with Doom 64 on Steam and Switch, and of course, this mod here. Oh, you know what? Ah, there's a chain gunner. Of course, they're annoying as ever with their hit scans. Weird how their chain guns don't sound like shotguns now. Yeah. Never underestimate the power of jumping, which obviously wasn't possible in the original Doom games. Yeah. This almost looks grainy, these textures here. You know, I guess it kind of adds to the eeriness. Okay, now I'm curious. For scientific purposes, let's summon a spider mastermind. Because what I saw, it was just an enlarged arachnotron chain guns instead of plasma guns. Oh god. Much beefier sound effect there. Okay. Would be nice to have a little explosion to go with that sound effect, but okay. Yeah, it's nice that they added subtle differences to the zombie men. And I like how the zombie men use pistols instead of a rifle. But I do appreciate them actually differentiating the shotgunners from the zombie men. Because that was one of my gripes at Doom 64. They look the same and it's hard to tell which one you're fighting until they actually shoot at you. So it's interesting they made like Doom 64 versions, like the chain gunners and archviles and stuff, even though they were never in Doom 64. Well, the archvile, they just toyed the contrast of the sprite and called it a day, which, you know, understandable. Like I said, they weren't in Doom 64, so they had to do something. Though I do appreciate them making that Revenant sprite. It looked pretty cool. In fact, let me just summon another one. Just so we can appreciate... Look at that. Seriously, if you didn't know any better, you thought that actually was from Doom 64. But, yeah, Revenants weren't in Doom 64. Neither were Chain Gunners or Archviles or the Spider Mastermind. I'm curious what the Icon of Sin looks like. In fact... Let's do that. Line 55's right edge unconnected. Okay. Okay, some of these textures are sort of unchanged, but... Well, they're modified slightly. That's definitely horrifying. They look like something off a Morbid Angel album. Ooh. Okay, a bit of slowdown. I think it's because of the high-res textures. Honestly, you might be able to do well without the textures. I might try this again without the textures and see how it is. But anyway, we're here to see what Romero looks like. Nice looking though, I swear. Yeah, still saying, just looks more like Tim Burton now with the darker skin. Or more paler skin, I should say. So yeah, that is D64ifier, quite a few mods to download, but it's worth it to have Doom 64 flavor into your Doom 1 and 2 experience. And from what I read, you want to load these mods after Megawads so they don't interfere with the textures and stuff of those mods. So that's something to keep in mind. So actually, before we close this off, let's go and check out Doom 1, Doom 64ifier, and without the high-res textures, so give me a minute. Alright, so now we're doing Doom 1 with D64. Alright, this is like, yeah, this looks more like it. Look at this. Got different sprites here. Yeah, honestly, the high-res textures, you be the judge. I think this looks fine without the high-res textures, honestly. It really does make it feel like Doom 64. Yeah, it's nice to see E1M1 in Doom 64 flavor. That's a nice little touch. It still glows. You know what would be really cool if they made like Doom 64 versions of like the classic songs? Like imagine a Doom 64 version of At Doom's Gate. I would put that shit on repeat for like hours on end. That'd be awesome. Cool candle sprites. How so I can move straight. Good old shotty. For the super shotgun, there was this. Oh yeah, this looks really nice. But yeah, Doom 64ifier, or D64ifier, whatever you want to call it. Definitely check it. If you love Doom 64 like I did, you'll love this mod. Ever want to play, you know, hangar or entryway, you know, in a Doom 64 fashion, this is a mod for you. Keep in mind, there's separate mods. There's a core file, which changes the textures and stuff. There's a music file, which changes the music, obviously. There's a monster file, a weapon file. There's a separate flashlight file, which I haven't showed it off yet, but that's included. It's optional, but you might as well add it in. It's part of the mod. And of course, there's a high-res texture pack, which I'll leave that to you whether or not you want to download that. Honestly, I think it looks fine without it, but hey, if you want to check it out, go for it. So anyway, this is I'm Caleb signing out. Y'all have a good day.